Hi guys, it's Nakia again. I am back with a makeup tutorial on foundation. I want to start off by explaining my foundation routine because I know a lot of people, when they go out to purchase foundations, they don't really know what type of shade they're looking for. So I wanted to give everyone a little bit of insight on what to look for and who to ask. As far as me, when I go out to pick up my foundation, I always use the shade darker only because I have lighter spots on my cheekbones. I have lighter spots on the bridge of my nose. I have lighter spots on the sides of my temples, as you can see. And I also have lighter spots in the middle of my chin. I also have darker spots around the eye. I know that's very common in women. They have darker spots under the eye. I have darker spots on the sides of my chin, and I have darker spots on the side of my nose. I wanted to get into concealers. I wanted to get into what they're used for. Concealers are mainly used for covering spots. They're used for covering scars. I know a lot of people, when they experience life troubles, they might have scars on their face that they don't want to, show the world. They might be insecure about it. Some people just may have a lot of acne scars, different types of things like that. You can use concealers to cover them, but when you use them, use a foundation over them. I highly, highly recommend you use foundation over concealers only because concealers, sometimes they can give you full coverage, sometimes they can't. They're kind of wishy-washy. It depends on what you use. So that's about it with that. I just wanted to jump straight into my everyday foundation routine. I'm going to start out with one of the tools that I use. I use Cosmetic wedges, and you can find these at Target. You can find them at the dollar store. You can find them at Walmart. Makeup counters. They're used for application purposes. I use them for wet makeups, including liquids, concealers, and as such. And they come in a triangular shape. They're pretty small, so they're pretty easy to work with. I got these from Target. They were $1.50. They came in a 32 pack. And I wanted to show you one of the concealers that I do use. It is a cheaper brand, and I got it from the beauty supply store. Yes, I do buy makeup from the beauty supply store. There's nothing wrong with it. I buy makeup from everywhere. It all depends on what you're interested in, what fits you. This is LA Girl, and it's called Pro Conceal. It's in the color Warm Honey. There's not much left in it, but I just really wanted to put this in my tutorial because it's one of my favorite concealers. So what I do is I apply under my eyes using a dotted motion. I also, if I can get a little bit more out, I also apply on the bridge of my nose because that's where I have the dark spot. I apply on the sides of my eye as also. I have a splotch right here, so I use a circular motion to cover that. And I'll put my concealer away. I'll take the sponge and I'll just smooth out using a blotted motion, because if you smooth it out, you may make it look a little bit thinner than it should. And when you're finished with the blotted motion up under your eye, that's when you can start to smooth. This is just something quick that you can use for when you don't want to wear a lot of makeup. It's very good for school. It's very good for work because I know some careers they don't allow heavy makeup, and a lot of people really don't have the technique to go ahead with the full face of makeup. So you can just wear a foundation if you don't really want to look like, too much of a plain Jane. And what else I do? This is, as I showed in the last haul, this is Elizabeth Arden Intervene makeup is SPF 15, and it's in the color Soft Tan, and it's number 14. Again, it's Elizabeth Arden SPF 15, and it's in Soft Tan. And I open that up, and what I do is I take one pump. Pump a couple of pumps. Just shook it up. I just make sure it's on there really good, and I blot only because I don't want it to look heavy, and then I start to smooth. And as you can see, it is getting coverage. Not too much. On top of my eyes. And I just wanted to say, before I started, I should have told you about primers and moisturizing. Priming is used for if you wanted to get it a little bit thicker, if you wanted to get a more solid look. Some people prime, some people moisturize. I moisturize sometimes, but sometimes moisturizing can give you that wet look, and you don't want that. You don't want to look too wet. You don't want to look too oiled up. That's not really good for the skin. Some people really don't like moisturizing because of the same reason that I don't like it. And that's about it with that. I just wanted to touch base on that. And now I'm going to apply a pressed powder. It's by e.l.f. and it's in the color Honey. And I'm going to take my Total Face brush. It's by e.l.f. It's called a Total Face brush. And I'm just going to swirl. I don't tap because it's pressed, it's already on there. And I'm just going to use a swirling motion. All over my nose, all over my face. Just a nice swirling motion. I'm going to do that again. Swirl. It's pressed. Pressed powder usually comes with a pad. I don't like that because it's too thick. And a swirling motion. And it doesn't take long at all. Just a nice sweeping motion. Now I'm going to apply a loose powder. Loose powders are literally loose. You can shake them. And this is LA Colors. It's also a cheaper brand. It is in the color, it's upside down, in the color Natural. So you can take anything to, I'm just going to take an old pressed powder that I used already and just put it in there. See, it's empty. And it comes in a sifter. You just shake the sift on it, just so you won't get too much on. You swirl, and I tap excess makeup off. And it comes on a little bit lighter, only to get the color a little bit more even. And I know a lot of people mix foundations. You can also do that to achieve the desired shade and the desired look. I use loose powder to dry my skin out, only because my skin is kind of oily. So that's that. My completed foundation look. I hope you guys liked it. Just wanted to show you a little bit more under my eyes, side of my face. So I hope you guys like my foundation tutorial. I hope you guys got a lot of information that you already didn't know. I hope you guys will go out and take some of my tips. And stay tuned for other makeup tutorials, other hauls. You guys have a blessed day.